I don't know if that's the rationale behind the Widowmine change. Is that they wanted to like increase Zerg losses to help with Zerg growth when it comes to Ling Bane play. To try to like balance it out that way, or if it was unintentional and it was mainly meant to be like a TVP change instead. It's hard to say. I don't know the answer to that question. Like, but here we go. Spawning in top left hand corner of Rainfall, we have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss player himself. We have the South Green Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Zerg player. The blue Zerg player himself, the South Green Zerg. It is Solar. Let's go. Here we go. As welcome one and all here to late Rainfall. Before I get into it though, welcome to the grand finals, best of 5 finals here between herO and Solar. If you're in the chat, some predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. Best of luck. Now, settling into this, welcome to Rainfall. Rainfall is a smaller map, and the map pool does favor aggression, and in this matchup, this favors Zerg players. We see a lot of 3-base play from Zerg players, and it is very difficult to be the defending player here on Rainfall. Protoss players trying to hold on to their 3rd bases, their 4th bases is very difficult, so we do expect to see a more aggressive response here from herO. Aggressive response. Let's go. I like all missiles to do splash damage for Terran and bunkers to be stronger. I would push back against that very hard and say that would be negative for the game. I think most would be in agreement that promoting turtle heavy play is not the direction you want to be going in. So I would want to, if you are looking to like increase like Terran strength in one way, I would make sure that you are not moving in that direction. So yeah, I would push hard against those suggestions even. Just because it's my opinion, I suppose, that that incentivizing players to just turtle up and just be hyper defensive is not what I want out of StarCraft. Of course, there are other people that are like that really enjoy like turtling up and going into mech, for example, and just hunkering down on 4 bases, and that's all you need, and you just max out your army. There are people like that, but that's, I would say that's not healthy. Whether it's turtling up with like a mech army or turtling up with the Skytoss army, I would say those are usually negative aspects of the game. Not saying that races shouldn't have, you know, a defensive advantage of some kind, not at all, but buffing that too much is like a slippery slope, you know? No, we've gone through the heart of the swarm meta, Pappy. We don't want to. We've seen the extreme end of where that can take us, and even the 2021 meta of Skytoss as well. We don't want to go back there. Or even the 2021 meta of ZVT. If you remember, it wasn't too long ago, a couple of years ago actually, where it was standard for Terran players to just hyper turtle against Zerg, where they just turtle up into Mass Ghost. That was during the Dreamcatcher. No, not Dreamcatcher. Was it Everdream? Was that the map pool? Like, we remember watching like hour-long games between like Maru and Dark or Maru and Serral. It wasn't even that long. It was like 2023, right? Like 2023 era StarCraft. Like, it wasn't that long ago, where it was very standard for Terran players to just hyper turtle up. It was if you remember, that was before Clem won the championship. I want to say it was before that era, so around 2023 ish. It was during the I I think we saw the tail end of that during the... Oh god, I'm so bad with map names after a while. It wasn't Winter Grasp, it was the Winter something. It was the underwater map. That was not Abyssal Reef, obviously. The more recent underwater map that we had for like a year. Those relatively short rushes in background, but wider. Anyway, we're settling in Oracle opener. So Stargate opener here from herO, opening up Oracle into a third base. Behind this, going to a second choice. Twilight Council into Blink. It looks like +1 and Blink Stalker out of herO. Standard follow-up out of our Protoss player. So standard play. If you remember, we saw this from Trap. We saw this out of Trap earlier in the broadcast. Personally, I'm not too fond of this play from herO, but we'll see if we can keep up that aggression and keep up momentum. So far, just poking in, testing the waters with the Oracles and with the Adepts. It's going to be on Solo to keep up with the aggression, to keep up with the play. And behind this, my eyes are on the gateway count of herO. So far, we're getting up to 4 gates, and we'll see if we go further than that. I'm not ruling out the possibility of like an 8-gate 3-base all-in. If herO takes his gases, that'll be a sign of Storm. That'll be a sign of further tech in a longer game. Which will be a very bold move on Rainfall, to be honest. Things they move in, they get us around, they catch out one Adept. He gets one, he gets 2. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, 3 Adepts gonna be going down. Nice PiGosaur here by Solar. We're getting up to 5 gateways so far. 6. Looks like a 3-base all-in. Yeah, 6 gates. I'm imagining, yep, 7, getting up to 8. So it's gonna be a 3-base, 8-gate all-in. Actually, it's a very high gateway count, but we are taking gases. Yeah, we're taking gases. If you remember, taking gases usually means Storm. There it is. Temple Archives. We are taking. So here is taking up. Working towards Storm. Working towards a 4th base. herO is being active, don't get me wrong, but by no means all in. Meanwhile, Solar, he's run up to 73. 73 workers. He's getting up to almost 4 base saturation. Running up a little bit further. Building up into Ling Hydra. So my concern with this style that here is going for is that it's relatively passive. Like, sure, he was applying some pressure here, that is true, but this has allowed Solar to drone up quite nicely without too much issue. So we'll see if here can keep up. Through sheer micro. So far, we're waiting at the stasis traps. Hydra's getting on top of the Stalkers. So far, nice blink control. Very nice. I believe hero's lost nothing. Yeah, he's lost 0 Stalkers. 0 Stalker losses so far. This is actually very similar. I guess I'm going to repeat myself with what I said about Clem, where Clem in his series versus Solar, I feel like Clem had to rely on sheer mechanics to kind of like surpass the strength of Zerg at the moment. And I'm feeling something similar here from herO, where he like through sheer like best blink control in the game, in the world, like he's got to like be hyper efficient here to make this work. But at the same time, he's going to be overrun. He has to get the hell out of here. Does blink away. There's our fleet beacon, working towards Skytel, so working towards the mothership. Here's just trying to buy time. And Solar, he's run up to almost 80. Almost 80 workers. Back at home, building up more Storm, building up more Head Templar. Solar getting ready for his push, going for a massive drop of Lords. He's going for the Doom Drop. And Solar's about to max out. He's about to max out. We spoke about it earlier, but this style from herO, it's not good enough to slow down the Zerg, but we'll see if he can keep up with the army, or if he can stop the drops. Oh. Not quite. Solar, he pulls away. He's maxed. Solar's going to be moving in. And again, this comes down to the Storms. We have how many High Templar? 5. So 5 Templar, at least 5 Storms. Oh, there's a first. 1, 2 Storms connect. A lot of Lings go down. At the same time, drop into the main base. So we recall. There it is. Yeah, there's that recall back home. So far, good response. And recalls into the main base. We'll clean this up. Massive Storms. Hydras are a little bit late to move in. Solar, wasted DPS. There we go. Now does push forward. And it looks like Solar will break the expansion. Yeah, Solar will break the expansion. Again, this style, this build from herO it was standard last patch, but this patch is just not aggressive enough. It's not aggressive enough. herO, he was trading well, but he wasn't able to stop down Solar's growth. With that, the army falls. Drops into the main. And Solar, sorry, and now herO's just being overrun. He's being overrun. herO, he will be able to defend for the time being. But again, Solar's almost remaxed. He's forcing out the storms. Yeah, forcing out all the storms. Collapsing on the Archons. Does snipe one. And barely snipes the other. Oh, Jesus. And again, some of the storms have been nice and all, but with that, Solar, he does break into the third base, breaks the expansion. From here, he can just go for the fourth base, or he can just keep pushing into the natural. Solar can do what he pleases. He can do what he wants. Oof, no GG. No GG. As Solar takes game number 1. Aye, aye, aye. And again, it was a bold move by herO. This game, herO basically just played quote-unquote standard, what standard used to be. But especially seeing this game, and especially on Rainfall as well, like I still feel validated in what I said earlier, how I feel like in the current meta, like Protoss players have to be either hyper aggressive or hyper turtly. Like you gotta do one of the extremes, otherwise things can very quickly get out of hand. So we'll see if we go to one of those extremes here, as we're going to be loading into Sanctuary 3 for game number 2. Let's go. Let us go. We go. No saying buff turtles. Oh, I'm sorry. I was referring to someone in the YouTube chat. I should have made that clear. not the Twitch chat. In regards to our statement about like turtle heavy play and defensive play. Referring to someone else. But here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Sanctuary 3, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. Representing T1, it is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player. The blue Zerg player himself, leading the series 1-0. It is Solar. I think that missiles doing splash damage will allow Psychers to be more aggressive, and bunkers will allow Marines to hold frontline pushes. I understand that that's kind of like your reasoning as to that, but like the implications are more than that, right? Like there's other aspects that does kind of impact if you buff site defense, because that does inadvertently like support or incentivize like defensive play. It's something to bear in mind. Is your intentions might be one thing, but there could be other like results or other consequences to those changes, right? But now Nexus first. Okay, let's go. Nexus first out of herO. So herO is cutting corners, being very greedy early on. Should get away with that greed. And welcome to Sanctuary 3. So Sanctuary 3 is a much more defensive map, much more defensive on 2 bases, and a relatively defendable 3rd base as well. I would say the 4th base can be very difficult to defend on this map. Can be quite difficult. So we're expecting more of the same out of Solar. We're expecting Solar to build up to 3 to 4 bases and then be aggressive. Once again, our eyes are mainly on the Protoss player here, the non-Zerg, to see kind of how they try to answer the problem that is Zerg at the moment. Whether we go into something more aggressive, like an earlier Twilight Council and a later Forge, an earlier Tech, or if we try to cut corners and try to rush into a Fleet Beacon and rush into a Stargate. especially after game one, which again, game one was herO playing more standard, right? He went Stargate opener into a third, like Oracle opener into a third base, into a standard +1 blink timing, into blink aggression, into storm. Like again, that last game that we saw from herO was very previous patch coded. Like that's like the standard of last patch. But again, I would say that's not really viable anymore. Not at this level of play. I should emphasize that as well, that like when it comes to, you know, ladder play out there for like GM and below, for like 5.5 and below, like you can still kind of like get away with a lot of different stuff. But when talking about like the best players in the world, it's a lot different. So we are going to be going Stargate. So far, Stargate opener. And from here, we should be going Oracle. Based on the rally, though... Oh, Void Ray? Nah, he went Stalker. Okay, he's going for it. Usually when you go for a Stalker opener, it's Oracle because you have the Stalker that can shoot up. Here we just do both, Stalker and Void Ray. But again, the goal here is to deny vision, deny scouting. Now, just because it's a Void Ray opener doesn't mean it's going to be a rush into Sky Toss. At the start of the series, we were making reference to how we have been seeing a lot of Sky Toss rushes in the meta right now in PvZ, but it doesn't have to be. This can still lead into a Twilight Council, into Glaives. It can lead into Gateway Heavy Aggression. It can lead into a standard game. Oh, okay, we have the answer. Very fast Twilight Council. Before the third, before the Overlord's even been killed. Now, based on this early Twilight Council timing, we're leaning towards mainly Glaives. Like, I'm thinking Glaive Adepts. There is a niche build where you can go into Charge. You can go into like a Charge based all-in. But for now, I'm leaning towards Glaives. And stuff like this can still work, right? If you can catch the Zerg player being greedy, cutting too many corners, then hyper-aggressive builds like this like can excel. So we mentioned earlier how typically at this point we need like an extreme. And hey, it is that niche build going to Charge. So it's going to be a Charge-based all-in. With this, we're building up into 5 gates so far. 6. Okay, 6 gateways. I believe we can afford up to 8. We don't need a proxy, actually. True. This is one of the other strengths of this build now. This is a unique variation because you no longer need a Robo and a Warp Prism to reinforce across the map. Remember, on this patch, pylons. Pylons allow for fast warp-ins, speed warp-ins with the pylon, so 1 pylon is all you need to reinforce across the map to commit into said all-in. 1 pylon back. Don't need a Robo, don't need a Warp Prism, don't need a proxy gateway out on the map, which takes a lot longer to get online. So the army is amassing. We're amassing those zealots in the main. Now, when it comes to how to defend against this, Solar, if he plays safe, he does. I was gonna say, if he plays safe and gets like a Baneliness or a Roach Warren, he should be okay. He has the tools to defend, and he did go Roaches this time. So Roaches, usually want to avoid them in ZVP, but if you scout aggression like Glaive Adepts or early Charge, then Roaches are just a very safe way to play. Here comes a move out. And so far unscouted. Uh-oh. Yeah, Solar so far is unaware. He will not spot the charge lots. Roach production has begun. But is it too late? Is it too late? Things they respond. Yeah, Void Ray applying pressure. The hatchery looks like it may just go down. Massive pickoff takes on the 4th. There's the first range fuse. Buying more time for Roaches. Hatchery is going to go down. And the 4th is denied. Not bad. This isn't bad damage, but ideally herO wants a little bit more than this. So he's rotating over. Behind this +1 flyer attack, or +1 air attack, Fleet Beacon, we're rushing into Sky Toss. So we're going Mass Charge into Sky Toss. This is a common response, a common transition. That's why, bam, Spire is already on the way. So he knows that Sky Toss is coming. The reasoning why it's a very common response is because Zealots don't take any gas, and we're going to rescout anyway. But even if we didn't scout, Zealots don't take any gas, so all that gas is going to be spent somewhere, and you already have the Stargate, so it's very common to go for the Fleet Beacon into Tempest, into Carrier, into Void Rays, just because you have all that excess gas. And the Overseer Scout confirms. Does confirm. Flux Veins are on the way, getting into speed Void Ray speed. And in low numbers, Void Rays are the counter to Corruptors, but Corruptors will outscale Void Rays over time. So just bear that in mind. Nice catch. Catching out one Roach. Oh, we're going for some drop alert. Okay, we're going for an all-in. Okay. Overlord speed is for drop lord play. We're gonna set up a German taxi for the queens. Yeah, you can see the queens are moving forward. Solar, he does not want to play a macro game here. He wants to commit. Let's go. Yeah, it's all or nothing. So Solar, he does cut workers at 75. This is gonna be 3.5 base saturation. And here we go. It's all or nothing. Overlords are moving forward. Queens are waddling in as well. We can set up that creep highway. Mothership will have cloak. Oh, the Overseers overextend. Overseers, they do pull away. One Overseer barely does survive. Slow Zone catching out the Roaches. And so far, hero's holding. Yeah, hero's trying to hold on. Oh, Corruptor's going to be zoned back once again. Not enough anti-air. Yeah, not enough Queens. Yeah, not enough Queens support the Wilds. They, do connect. But Corruptors go down, and the Void Rays are holding. Where's the anti-air? Where's the... Void Rays, we can get free damage. We can get free damage, Pappy. The Void Rays. Yeah, the Void Rays, they collapse on the army. As you mentioned, in low numbers, Void Rays will counter the Corruptor. And here, he's doing it. He's doing it, chasing this all down. So much free damage. Ravagers, Overseers. We need more Corruptors. Free damage on the Overlords as well. The Mass Void Ray, the laser beams, Pappy. Let's go. As again, here he was able to hold on from here, trying to establish a fourth base. Now, the defense was nice from Hero. The reality, though, is that I don't see Hero maintaining this fourth. This fourth base, it's going to be difficult to defend. It's going to be very difficult. And remember, Solar, he still has a booming economy, 75 drones. The economy is still solid. Solar, he's remaxed. And Solar's not done. He's not done, Pappy. But Solar is lacking Corruptors. So despite Solar being close to maxed out, this heavy Roach army can't really achieve too much against all these Voids. And Solar, he's not checked... No, sorry, he has. He has checked the fourth. He's aware. We should be seeing a rotation. As they move in, they get caught out. Solar, he does rotate over towards the fourth base. Hero's out of position, and this fourth base should fall, but Solar doesn't commit. Yeah, Solar, he does not commit. He only kills a pylon. Corruptors, they move in. He wants that mothership. Oh, nice slow zone. Very nice slow zone. Now, as time goes on, and as Hero closes the gap, and as Hero saturates the fourth base, Hero is now starting to outscale his opponent. This is an example of where Soup is lying to you. The Soup is lying. The supply is closed, but remember, Roach Ravager is a very inefficient army. It's very supply heavy. So inefficient army supply. The numbers say one thing, but the reality is something very different. Nice backside here with the Corruptors, going for some of the production. Void Rays, they respond, and Corruptors, we gotta get the hell out of here. They do not kill a Stargate. Oof. Does we go for Void? That was one Void Ray for 7 Corruptors. Yeah, Solar, he's trapped with too much Roach Ravager. He has to get rid of it. It's hurting him. Oof. It's hurting, Pappy. Yeah, Prismatic Alignment has to be respected. A lot of Corruptors going to be going down. And the Mass Void. We're back to 2021. Let's go. Yeah, Void Rays will be able to laser everything down. And GG. GG gets called. The Void Rays, the Sky Toss does come out on top here. We tied the series 1-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. herO does have the series. Again, as we mentioned before, we've been seeing a lot of Sky Toss as of late, a lot of Mass Void Ray. Solar, he was just too tunnel visioned and he over-invested into Roach Ravager. To the point where, as we try to emphasize, the Roach Ravager was hurting Solar more than helping because it was taking up so much supply. He couldn't make any additional Corruptors. He was stuck with just wasted supply, dead supply essentially. Dead supply in Roach Ravager. GG. GG, well played. With that, herO does fight back, does bounce back, and now we have a back and forth here. Now, I'll be honest, I don't expect that to be the last game we see Mass Void Ray on. Like, I expect to see it more throughout the series, but we'll see. Let's go. Yo, we got some Void Ray emotes in the chat. See, TBD forever. Mass Void Ray new meta has been the meta for the past like 2 weeks. Like 2 weeks we've been seeing Mass Void Ray from herO, Classic, and Max packs, in specifically ZVP. But here we go, spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Old Sun Temple, we have the red Protoss player, the South Green Protoss representing T1, tying up the series 1-1. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Zerg player. The blue Zerg player, the South Green Zerg, being forced into a TAD series. Can he bring it back? It is Solar. Let's go. Let us go. As if you recall, Sky Toss is also how Classic beat Shin last night during the WardyTV Monday. It's how MaxX played last week against Solar. And how herO played 2 weeks ago against Shin. True. True. So far, Solar forced to take the unnatural natural. And herO does find Solar immediately. Welcome to the Old Sun Temple. 4-player spawn map. You can spawn in any corner of the map. We do have close spawns though. Very close spawns. This does favor aggression. Again, the distance between your own natural and your opponent's natural is very short on this map based on these spawn locations. So because of that, we'll see who's going to be the aggressor. Now, last game, what did herO do? herO went Void Ray Opener into very fast charge on 2 bases into the Sky Toss transition. We could see something similar here. I would not be opposed to going into a Stargate Opener, Void Ray into fast glaives, and a fast charge, into something aggressive to keep up that pace, to keep up that momentum, to try to take the aggression away from the Zerg player, take moments away from Solar. We'll see. We shall see. From the side of Solar, we got to look in, right? Solar, he had a really strong reaction last game to the charge-based build, and he reacted quite strong with Mass Roach Ravager. It looked like he was almost, I don't want to say he was caught off guard by the Void Rays, because he had a Corruptor. Like, he had the Spire, he had Corruptors, he had the Queens. I would say he just overestimated the strength of the Corruptor Queen. Did overestimate, and that was kind of like the beginning of everything kind of falling apart there for Solar. Sorry, he overestimated the power of Corruptor Green. There we go. He overestimated, and with that, he got shut down. When it comes to that, like that first push, right, that first move out, and then he was just kind of stuck with too many roaches. But here we go. Here we go. For now, it's going to be Stargate Opener out of herO. We'll see if he goes Void Ray again or Oracle. Now, personally, especially even if the plan isn't to go for Sky Toss or isn't to go for an all-in, I do like the idea of going Void Ray 2 games in a row, personally, just because it's a really good way to play mind games with your opponents. Last game did open Void Ray, did go into a really fast charge timing, and we could make it look similar, do something different instead, but try to get into the head of Solar if we do open Void Ray again. But we'll see. Now, yep, there it is, Void Ray opener. So again, I do like this. Whether we go into something aggressive, something tech heavy, something standard, something greedy, still yet to be determined, but the opener is Void Ray and the vision is going to be denied. So this will make it difficult for the Zerg player to confirm what's going on and figure out what's happening. And might force inefficiencies out of the Zerg. Any news as to why SC2 is not at EWC? From my understanding, EWC they really want like publisher and dev support for the games that they bring onto the table. Just to see that something has longevity moving forward and sustainability. From my understanding. Meanwhile, Void Ray opener into bam! Second Stargates into Mass Void. Let's go. Now, this is what we've been seeing a lot of. Like, last game was more unique. Last game was charge first, then the Void Ray transition. This is just straight Void Ray. And again, this is what we've been seeing a lot of. Usually we see up to triple Void Ray production, like 3 Stargates. Ooh, no Spore? Uh-oh. Yeah, no Spore in position, catching out 2 drones. Nice punish here from herO. Punishing the mineral line. Void Rays are amassing. Again, it's 2021 all over again. Let's go. The Mass Voids. So making 2 Voids at a time, +1 fire attack is on the way. Solar, he will poke in. He has yet to confirm. And pokes into the mineral line. Does get 1, does get 2 probes. 2 probes going down. At the same time, it upside shade into the main. Oh my god! Yeah, Solar's out of position, catching me off guard as well. And it's gonna get a hand. It's getting at a hand here. 7 drones gonna be going down. Drones falling. Better trade for herO. Shades into the natural, catching up more workers, and Soul's being pulled apart. He's being pulled apart here. 10 drone kills. Ay, ay, ay. Is going to be cleaned up, but while all this is happening, what's really going on? herO is amassing up more voids. Just building up more void rays. Forge is on the way. This is for cannons, so he's going to be able to set up a cannon shield battery void defense back at home. And we'll see if herO can survive the Hydra timing. Now, when it comes to what Soul is up to, I did mention earlier that Spire play is usually better to get into a longer game. Hydras have an earlier power spike though. Hydras that have a big power spike early on, so you can go for a big like 3 or 4 base all in. Cut workers at 73, cut workers at 66. Build up your Ling Hydra. Void Rays have been scouted. Oh, Lings that do step in, herO! Yeah, the wall is open, the wall's not a wall. Lings, they step into the main. And we got a full scout, we confirm. And the Solar, he's going to cut workers at 56. This is early. I mean, I say this is early. This is probably standard timing, but because Soul just lost 10 workers, he doesn't have 3 base saturation. Remember, he did lose 17 drones in total. So all that economic damage is going to slow down this push. I say this push, it's going to slow down the all-in. As Soul is now all-in. It's going Ling Hydra. Very low drone counts. Now, herO will have to pull off this defense without any splash damage. Remember, there's no Storm, no Colossus. It's pure Void Ray, Cannon, and Mothership. Ooh, losing 1. 1 Void Ray goes down. Back at home, we need more stack defense. The Mothership is going to be a massive part of the defense as well. Cloak and Slow Zone is huge. Hatcher's going to fall. Trying to transfuse. And here comes the Hydras. Here comes the Ling Hydra. Here comes the all-in. There's a recall back home. There's 1 battery to defend. Lings, they slip into the bases. Yeah, Lings are slipping in. Boys are being pulled. Are there enough Hydras, though? I mean, there is no mothership, at least. Yeah, no mothership yet. The Hydras are trying to hold their own. They do get one. Yeah, 1, 2 Void Rays go down. There's 6 Void Rays left. Again, the mothership is coming. And remember, there's no detection. 1 cloak is all it takes. 1 cloak. The mothership. Do we even need to spend the cloak, actually? Oh my god, the Hydras are going down. Yo, who needs the mothership? GG gets called. The all-in fails. And herO, he will take a 2-1 lead in the series. GG. Whew. And GG, well played. We'll take a lead. Again, I'll be honest, it looked like herO didn't even need the mothership. It looks like he didn't even need it. Again, Solar, the all-in, was hindered, was crippled, because remember, Solar, he had 56 drones. Like, that is a really low drone count to be going for an all-in like that on. That's under 3-way saturation. We were expecting 66 to maybe even 72 workers, but no, it was a much earlier timing. I say earlier timing, I believe that the timing was standard, but I believe that because Solar lost 17 drones, that just heavily slowed Solar down. He chose not to re-drone, and it was a bit of a weaker timing as a result of that. GG. A weaker all-in. With that, herO shuts it down, and herO is now 1 game away from claiming the series. Let's go. 1 more game is all he needs, as we are loading into At Attorney's Edge. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of At Attorney's Edge, we have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss player himself. We have the South Green Protoss representing T1, leading the series 2-1. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player, the blue Zerg player himself. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back and force the ace match. It is Solar. Let's go. Let us go. And welcome to At Attorney's Edge. Now, so far we've seen herO embrace SkyToss a couple of different ways, right? In game number 2, we saw herO go into a really early charge timing first, then into Mass Void Ray. Game number 3, last game, we saw him go straight Mass Void Ray into Mothership. Game number 4, what variation we're going to see this time. Now, this is a bit of a larger map of the map pool, but because of that, I would say that Solar, this time, if he scouts, if he confirms that we're rushing into SkyToss, I would say it's better here to drone up, to mass expand, to be able to build up your economy into something a little bit more healthy, and to go for Spire play instead of Hydras, and go for Mass Corruptor instead. But we'll get into it and we'll see how Solar will approach this. We'll see. Again, Hydras are just really all in, and you have to hit a really crisp timing with Hydras. Otherwise, you just fall apart. Again, Hydras don't really scale too well, like coming into a longer game against SkyToss. But we'll see. Because I might just be getting ahead of myself. True. We could see Glaives out of herO, which we haven't seen yet. We've seen early charge, we've not seen early Glaives. Funnily enough. Protoss is struggling with build changes. No, Protoss is also struggling with Zerg Eco as well. See, Roughnecks in the chat. This is what I mentioned earlier. I mean, we'll probably discuss it at the end of the series, but this is what I mentioned when it comes to win rates and people that maybe like make conclusions and judge things based on purely scores. I would say that's, again, a very shallow approach to StarCraft, a really shallow kind of analysis of the current meta or the state of the game. It's important to bear in mind what we've said it a couple times now, and I feel like we're just hammering down that home as well, where herO can very much so win this series, and Solar is struggling in SkyToss, but the reason why herO is rushing into Mass Void Ray and rushing into SkyToss is because he kind of like standard play isn't really viable right now because of the stronger economy for Zerg. So we're being forced to do stuff like this, right? To go into either charge base all-ins or just rush Void Ray. And even if this leads into like a 50-50 kind of like win rate, I would say it leaves StarCraft in a negative place if we find ourselves back to 2021 where Protoss is just rushing Void Ray and rushing Skytoss again. Like if that's where the meta leads us and the game leads us, like I would say that's a negative thing, even if the win rates are like 50-50, right? Because it comes down to like what the game is now becoming. I feel this way. It's fun. We're having fun with it, but that's because I expect changes to be made. But like the mass Void Ray era of StarCraft was a very much a dark time, and maybe like newer people of StarCraft don't remember that, don't remember that time, that period. But it's not a good place. The early COVID years, not a good place. As Oracles, they move in. We do split up. So far, just breaking forward. It is going to be fast lair out of Solar. Okay, so it's going to be lair before Eva Chamber and before Roach Warren. With this, we can go into say like faster Spire, faster Hydrogen. Once again, a double Stargate, mass Void Ray. So yeah, would say no surprises it's going to be mass Void Ray, but I was curious to see how we were going to get there. So mass Void Ray once again out of herO. You know, nice catch here from Solar. Very nice catch. Collapsing on those adepts. Oh, German Taxi. This might work. So Solar, he's going to go for an all-in. It's not going to be a Hydra-based all-in this time. It's going to be a German Taxi, Roach Queen, Droplord all-in instead. This will hit with, what is it, 4 queens? I want to say it's around 4 queens. That's going to be the entire available. There's going to be some Ravagers as well, some Link support. How many Void Rays are there going to be? Funnily enough, if you remember, the German Taxi was popularized as an answer to Void Ray rushes. If you remember, like that's why the Queens are involved as well, to focus on the Void Rays, to break through the third base, to kill Protoss, to stop them from amassing Skytoss. So we are literally devolving in builds where it is the COVID era of StarCraft once again. But if you remember, this build was popularized for this situation specifically. In a different time, in a different era. Let's go, let's go. Here we're setting up back at home, throwing down batteries. We have 4 more batteries on the way, going to be 5 in total. Queens, they move in. And again, we have 4 queens with transfuse. That's going to be the anti-air. Void Rays have to pull back. They have to pull away. Whilst they do connect on the 1 battery. Clutch transfuse. And Solar's breaking through. Solar, he's breaking through. He's trying to at least. Void Rays so far, we're still keeping them alive. Whilst don't connect. We still have 2 more transfuse. Oracle goes down. Again, the 4 queens, they're still up. They're still up and running. There's 1 transfuse. Oh no, the queen! Yeah, Hydra Queen is going to go down. Massive pickup. The queens are falling, and the Void Rays will defend. It's all about the queens. And Solar did overextend. Clutch NG overcharge. Every queen will go down. Solar will kill the expansion. So we're getting messy. We're getting messy here. Void Rays will clean this up, but he kills 15 probes and the expansion and the third. Oh. Is this enough? I think it may be. I mean, it depends on the counterattack, right? It all depends on the counterattack. Void Rays are moving out. We have how many? We have 7 Void Rays back at home. We have a Hydra transition. Solar, he joined up to 63, 64. That is just under 3 base saturation. But if Solar has enough Hydras in time, he defends. And he wins. We have 9 Hydras on the way. We need to just buy time for the Hydras. Down to 8. Ooh. I think Solar holds. Yeah, Solar, he's going to hold on. Takes down 2 Void Rays. Hydras are trickling in. Oof. Takes down another Void. Down to 7. Down to 6. Down to 6 Void Rays. GG gets called. And Solar, he ties up the series. We're going to the ace match. GG. GG, well played. But again, I get blast from the past here. Going for mass Void Ray, double Stargate Void Ray production against the German Taxi. This is like a carbon copy of what we had a couple of years ago. And again, like this build that Solar went for is designed to kill like double Stargate Void Ray. It's supposed to. With good enough queen control, you maintain your queens, you spread creep with the Dropper Lords, you transfuse, you zone away the Void Rays, while the ground army breaks a third. So a blast in the past there. As Solar does tie things up when we're going to the ace match. Let's go. Alright, let's go. And the question becomes, what do we go for this time? At this point, herO, he should be de-incentivized from going double Stargate Void Ray just because clearly Solar is willing to go for the German Taxi. So we should be seeing some Twilight Council play, a Twilight Council transition. We should be seeing herO mix up his play a little bit more here as we enter the ace match. Let's go. Quite sad when you think about the devolution. I mean, it is a step in. We are stepping backwards in PvZ right now. It's true. We are. We're taking a step back. Let's go. As morning in the top right-hand corner here of BlackRock, we have the South Green Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And this morning in the bottom-hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player. The blue Zerg player himself looking to bounce back and forcing the ace match. Can he claim the series here and now? It is Solar. Let's go. Let us go. Now again, because of what just happened in the last game, we do not expect to see double Stargate Void Ray again. We could still go Void Ray Sky Toss, but off of a different kind of opener here. I would say it would be unwise for herO to go for that second Stargate immediately. We should be seeing some Twilight Council play instead. So eyes are on herO. Where does he take us? From here, we're just climbing down, we're building up, we're still waiting for a tech of choice. This time it's going to be a gate expand here from herO. Gate expand, likewise herO scouts, confirming and forcing the unnatural natural. Now welcome to BlackRock. BlackRock is a much more open map in the map. Well, I say open map. Specifically the third and fourth base. This third base here and the fourth base towards the left-hand side are very open. As you can see, they're very accessible. We have a massive entrance here on the south side. We have a massive entrance here on the left-hand side. Similarly here, we have a massive entrance on the right, and we have an entrance that can open up on the left as well. And there's no points of elevation, there's no high ground advantage, there's no choke points. So because of that, defending and maintaining 4 bases on this map is quite difficult. It's quite difficult to defend. So we typically see more aggressive builds, and I typically want to favor Zerg players here. I want to favor Zerg players. If a Protoss attempts to turtle and attempts to try to be defensive and build up on 4 bases, it's very difficult to achieve that on BlackRock. It's difficult. So we'll see how aggressive here is going to be. As herO does start with a Stargate opener, which is normal, which is standard. Stargate opener. It's all about, do we go Oracle or Void Ray? And do we go for, no shot we go for a second Stargate after this, right? Like, no shot. That'd be crazy. That'd be insane. herO may have lost his mind. We'll see. See if he's willing. herO does shade in. Does get into the main base, but it shouldn't get much done here. He might get one. No, not even. There we go. 1, 2. 2 drones do go down, so a bit of damage here with the Adepts. Meanwhile, it's going to be an Oracle opener into a second Oracle. Double Oracle opener into a third base. herO playing standard. Okay. It's playing standard. Now, we still have a little bit of time here to potentially throw down some tech, but if that's the case, there's no lord to see everything. So Solar has full scat information. He is aware that nothing is really going on. Links a poke in. Now, this is where I start to get concerned. If hero's going to play standard, like, like it's again, it's hard to play standard against Zerg right now. So we'll see if that's the plan, or if he does like bring another twist to his build here, and something else more unorthodox. Jesus, so far we do catch our 4 drones. Okay. Yeah, nice weaving here from herO. Pokes in, pulls away. 4 drone kills. Third base is finishing up. And we're going for a much later council. To the point where it's very late. Wait, what? We should have one by now. We're banking up resources. herO? Oh. Okay. Okay. Let him cook, Pappy. Let him cook. So this was a late decision. I don't know if you noticed when he threw down that fleet beacon, he was banking resources. It's going to be a double Oracle opener into a third base. He's doing his best to make this look standard, right? This looks as standard as possible, and then bam, switch into Skytoss. So I do like it. It's less overt, it's a little bit more subtle here, and because of that, the goal is to heavily rely on Solar, not being aware of what's going on, and maybe making a mistake, investing too heavily into a ground composition instead. It's a big gamble here from herO. Big gamble. We'll see if it pays off, because there's a big window in time where herO has nothing. Like like if we had like a big 3-base all in, like herO would just die. He just topple over. So big risk, big gamble. But again, you got to be extreme here in PvZ. Got to be extreme. Meanwhile, Roach Warren opener into a Spire. I do like this for Solar. With the Spire tech, he has access to Corruptors, and going to Mass Corruptor is going to be ideal against the attempted Skytoss Rush. Now, I say Skytoss Rush. Here is actually going into Mass Oracle. So we have 4, soon to be 6 Oracles here for herO. Overlord drop? Okay. Yeah, the drop does try to make its way in. Peels off, and we'll scout the Fleet Beacon and the Mass Oracle. Yeah, big scout here for Solar. He knows. Solar's aware. Back home, we need additional spores. They're now being thrown down. And here come the Oracles. I believe 6? Yeah, 6 Oracles. That's a lot of Oracles. They can overwhelm Queens. They can overwhelm singular spores. The Oracles are moving in. And they might catch a Queen. Oh, never mind. Yeah, the Queens are all together. Void Rays are amassing. We're going for that Void Ray switch. Twilight Council and the Gateway Explosion. So it looks like here, this is really expensive. So if you see what's happening here, hero is trying to go Mass Void Ray with +1 with a ground switch as well for ground support. It takes a big economy to afford this. It takes a lot to afford all this, so we'll see if hero can pull it off. So far losing 1, 2, 3 queens. Two queens go down. Oof. Hero losing oracles. Does have some rough trades. Okay, he's going into mass charge lots, warping in all the warp gates, morphing them in. And we'll see if hero can piece this all together. Bearing in mind that Solo's done droning. He's on 85 drones. He has reached peak economy. He's about to get up to 89 drones even. Oh my god. So 89 workers, peak economy. Soon Solo will max out. So the supply is lying to you right now. Solo, he will be the first to build up into max out. And we'll see how Solo engages with this. We'll see if he can deny the 4th base. He currently does have Lings in position. We'll see if he can catch out the oracles and the void rays. Queen goes down. 1, 2, 3 drone kills. Corruptors, they're slow. Even killing a gas geyser. Okay. Nice pickoff. Hero being annoying, buying time, doing what he can. And Solo, he just moves out. How many void rays do we have? 6. 6 void rays against 21 corruptors. Ideally, you want to bait out the prismatic alignment. Do you want to bait? No prismatic alignment yet. I love that Hero's holding onto it. He's holding onto it. Ooh, the oracles are coming from behind. We'll lose all the oracles. Zealous trade well against the roaches. Does snipe 1, 2. Yeah, 1, 2. Oh, just 2. 2 voiders going down. Solo trying to hold his own. Will snipe the mothership. Mothership falls. Now we can just fight head on, and every void ray is going to fall. Every void ray goes down. And Corruptors, they snowball out of control. There is a ground army. Zealous are rushing across the map. We have 17 roaches on the way. The roaches are coming. And Solo has enough. Solo, he has enough at home. Again, he has reset the Sky Toss. And that's all that Hero had. The whole purpose of this build is to be able to build up and to get away with your mass Sky Toss transition. Hero has failed to do so. Lost the mothership, lost his void rays, lost map control, has no economy, and Solo's coming. Solo, he's coming, he's going for the counterattack. Again, it was a very cheeky build here from Hero, and he was heavily reliant on Solo being more passive, more defensive. I mean, hey, he's built back up to 8 void. Jesus, he's making 3 void rays at a time. Oh, we don't want to fight this. You don't want to fight this head on. Respect the void rays. Respect them. We gotta respect the void rays back. We should not be fighting like this. Yeah, Solo, he's beating out so many units. Ay. The void rays, they just laser down everything. Solo just getting ahead of himself here. Void rays, they just touch. It's just seeing them stutter step is just, it's nonsense. But let's go. Yeah, with that, we're reaching critical mass of void ray. The base is going to go down. Again, Solo just engaged too soon. He engaged too soon. The void ray is backy. He's doing it. And with that Hero snowballing out of control. Again, it was close, and I assumed the Hero was going to lose his expansion. But again, Solo, he got too excited. He was too premature. Engaged too soon. And he will lose everything. Void Ray supremacy. GG gets called. GG gets called, and Hero will claim the series 3-2. He will be this week's PiGosaur Cup champion. GG. GG, well played. Hero, he does claim the series. Against Solo, he was doing well for himself, but he did overextend towards the end. He won the fight. He overextended. He did not respect the Void Rays, Pappy, as he fought into Prismatic Alignment, and the Void Rays, they popped off. They just lasered down everything. GG. GG, well played. With that, congratulations, Hero. He will claim the series. And with that, we have our champion here. Congratulations to Hero. When it comes to our players as well, we did actually get translations earlier. So big shout out to Kronos for providing translations. Hero has been very vocal about this, at least. Hero's been doing his best to, like, he doesn't want to come off as someone who, like, complains about balance or anything, but herO has been saying that right now he's not enjoying the game. It's not fun playing Sky Toss, it's not fun playing Mass Void Ray, and herO has not been enjoying himself, and so he's hoping that that at least is looked at when it comes to all these matchups, when it comes to PvZ specifically, more so than PvT. But even he himself is like, it's not fun playing like this. Like it's, but it's what you gotta do. Like if you want to win games, but it's what the meta is devolving into. So I mean, shout out to herO for sharing those thoughts. Likewise, of course, if you want to check it out, so we did translate an interview with herO, Bjorn, and Shin during GSLCK. I say translate, we provided like a rough translation for that in regards to GSLCK, so it should be on the YouTube video. But yeah, right now the meta and the matchups are in a really rough place. This is what I mentioned earlier as well. Like herO, he beat Solar. PvZ saved. I mean, if you're forcing non-stop Sky Toss every game, like, I mean, like what are we turning PvZ into, sort of thing, right? Obviously, congratulations to herO. Shout out to Solar for making it to the finals, of course. Shout out to Clem, he got knocked out in the semifinals, but GG. Thanks, guys. Yeah, all good. GG all played. With that, we're going to be wrapping up here for the morning. When it comes to the rest of our schedule, as you can see here, we do have the rest of our brackets. It is going to be Podcast. The Podcast is going to be later on tonight. We are going to be covering the replays of herO Cup on Thursday and Friday. I did not watch any of herO Cup, so going in blind with that one when it comes to the playoff coverage. We have Crank Gathers on Friday and Saturday into our weekly broadcast of Tuna Cup and Duckling Open as well. So plenty of content throughout the week, plenty of StarCraft. I'm excited to see what herO Cup did entail. Excited to see. And then after I wrap up those replays, I'll probably catch up with some of the vodcasting. Obviously we love Lorimbo here. We love Lorimbo, and I heard that he was a clown on the casting couch. Which is a good thing, which is which is just Lorimbo in a nutshell. So look forward to watching the VODs of that. Afterwards, of course, afterwards. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks so much. We do appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next time. Likewise, during the podcast tonight, there's a lot of interviews to go through. We're going to be covering the interview with Shadown, with Funka, with Coca, with all the French boys. They had a bunch of interviews leading into Maestros of the game. I know that the StarCraft Miniatures game, the Archon Studios, they had an AMA. I might be able to catch up with the AMA and cover that as well. Otherwise, we'll be going over all the tournament results for the week, and most likely discussing a little bit more in depth about the patch itself. I mean, you've already heard all my thoughts at this point during just this cast. Like we spent a lot of time talking about it, maybe too much time, but we'll do our best, of course, to focus on the games and focus on enjoying ourselves moving forward. As I said, I have no doubt in my mind that there's going to be a hotfix patch. What is going to happen in the hotfix patch? Who can say, right? Who can? No one knows, maybe no one knows. But with that, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. We do appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next time. We'll see you guys either later on tonight or tomorrow. Tonight for podcast, tomorrow for herO Cup as well. Thanks for watching. If you want to support us, you can do so via following us on all the socials. You can follow us on the socials, or follow us on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. We upload on YouTube on a daily basis, so plenty of content over on YouTube. Otherwise, we also are on Twitch. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Discord, if you want to interact outside of just the game. Plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft. Thanks for watching. If you want to support us monetarily, you can do so via Patreon. Patreon in the chat. Our Patreon does fund our tournaments on a regular basis. You can see that this weekend we have our 2 tournaments, SDO and STC. I do apologize for not having our tournaments last weekend. That's because of herO Cup, right? herO Cup was over the weekend. We didn't want to clash with herO Cup, so this weekend will be the return of our Open Cups. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Until next time, ciao, papi ciao. Until next time.